Hello and welcome, our blood viewers, to RTD's News English edition. As usual, we bring to you the major and top highlights of tonight. The head of state returns to the country after a private trip abroad. Celebration on International Children's Day. The Prime Office, Ministry of Women, and UNICEF. And on the international scene in the Middle East, deadly Israeli raiding the news, one killed in rocket fire on Israel. Those were the major and top highlights. Welcome back to our newsroom, our beloved viewers. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, returned to the country late on Wednesday afternoon after a 10-day personal visit to France. The head of state's return comes at a key moment in the national calendar, which our country is used to returning to its usual rhythm. This allows us to tackle the challenge of achieving sustainable development with determination and enthusiasm.
geesiga waxgaradkeegaygiyo dadweynaha bulsha u horseede gaarsiiye nabado ila soo dhowow garyaqadalkiisiyo dadkisaba gargaaro darska u gurmanayo gaashaki nabado ila soo dhowow garyaqadalkiisiyo dadkisaba gargaaro darska u gurmanayo gaashaki nabado ila soo dhowow.
Like the rest of the world, the Republic of Djibouti celebrated World Children's Day on Wednesday, 20th of November, after a week full of activities. The Ministry of Women and Family, in collaboration with the National Union of Djibouti, Djiboutian Women, and the Ministry of National Education, Vocational Training, and Health, organized the International Children's Day at the People's Palace. This joyful day was held under the patronage of the Prime Minister, Mr. Abdelkader Kamil Mohammed, a testament to the importance of our country, attaches at the highest level of the issue of childhood. The ceremony was attended by members of the government, the diplomatic corps associated to Djibouti, representatives of UN organizations, parliamentarians, and a crowd of children. The event came at the end of a week of activities aimed at raising awareness of the importance of preserving the rights of children, who are considered a safe human capital. During the week, various workshops aimed at informing and raising awareness about children's rights were organized by bringing together personalities, parliamentarians, civil society representatives, and the United Nations Development Fund in collaboration with the national and international technical partners such as UNICEF, a leading partner in the field of children's rights. The Minister for Women and Family pointed out that preserving and promoting children's rights is not a matter of choice, but an imperative to ensure their development and build a better world for future generations. And for his part, the Prime Minister, Mr. Abdulqadir Kamil Mohammed, emphasized that preserving and promoting the rights of the child is not an option but a necessity for the development of children. The Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of industry, Mr. Ilyas Musa Dawali, met the Executive Secretary of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Arab States during the third Arab Summit and the 10th edition of the Entrepreneurship Conference for Pioneers. This meeting made it possible to establish an open line of communication and build a bridge to strengthen relations between the two parties. They also discussed the need for close cooperation in several portfolios critical to the economic development of countries in the region, including a digital transformation, youth empowerment, financial inclusion, and economic diversification. This visit will be a powerful moment to strengthen the cooperation relations between Djibouti and ESCWA with the aim of promoting sustainable and inclusive economical development. The Minister of Defense in charge of relations with the House of Representatives, Mr. Hassan Umar Mohammed, and the Chief of General Staff of the Armed Forces, General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, received at the Officers Hotel Hassan Bassouma, U.S. Ambassador to the Republic of Djibouti. The visit was first of its kind to discuss the prevailing security situation in the region. The meeting gave the two parties the opportunity to reaffirm their commitment to work harder to enhance cooperation between the two countries in the field of security. They took the opportunity to commend the key role played by the Republic of Djibouti in stabilizing the region, and particularly in collaboration to the African Union Transition Mission and Somalia AMISOM. The Minister of Communication in charge of Posts and Telecommunications, Mr. Radwan Abdullah Bahdon, represented Djibouti at the regional mobile conference held from 17 to 19 November in Doha, Qatar. The event, organized by GSMA and Orido Qatar, brought together telecom leaders, decision makers, and experts to discuss challenges in the mobile sector and emerging technology such as artificial intelligence, 5G, and digital infrastructure. The minister also participated in the ministerial program, a dialogue space that brings together industry influencers to discuss policies, regulations, and best practices. The focus was on regulatory modernization and data privacy in a connected world. During the mission, the minister increased the number of bilateral meetings. He and his Qatari counterpart Mohammed bin Ali Al Manal discussed combating the digital divide and discussed a memorandum of understanding to share expertise. He also met with the president of Qatar Media Corporation to lay the foundation for a strategic partnership focused on media cooperation and also strengthening the historic ties between Djibouti and Qatar. The Minister Delegate in charge of Decentralization, Mr. Qasim Harun Ali, met in Tripoli with Mr. Abdel Hamid Dibaba, Prime Minister of the Libyan Government of National Unity. The meeting took place at the Libyan Prime Minister's headquarters in Tripoli. On this occasion, the Minister Delegate in charge of Decentralization of Djibouti presented a message of greetings from the Prime Minister, Mr. Abdulqadir Kamil Mohammed. Discussions centered on several areas of strategic cooperation, including strengthening cooperation in decentralization and local administration, a key area for both countries, and the quest for more effective and inclusive governance. The meeting was an important step to strengthening missions between Djibouti and Libya. The General Directorate of Taxation, in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, today launched a large-scale workshop on tax policy related to the Sustainable Development Goals. The event, held today at the Best Western Premier Hotel, is part of the ambitious initiative aimed at strengthening national capacities for more equitable taxation while contributing to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals globally. The opening ceremony was attended by several high-level dignitaries, including the Director General of the General Directorate of Taxation, Mr. Mohamed Musa Roble, the Deputy Representative of the United Nations Development Programme, and a number of officials from relevant sectoral ministers. Participants will have the opportunity to interact with international experts and gain practical skills that will enable them to better navigate the complex landscape of SDGs on the topic of quality education and reducing inequality. This initiative forms part of Djibouti's broader desire to integrate into the global economy while ensuring sustainability and inclusive development by strengthening financial capacities. The country aspires to ensure sufficient resources to fund projects essential to its socio-economic development. The National Human Rights Commission visits the police station in Balbala municipality at the Gendarmerie in PK12. As part of the mandate to promote and protect human rights, the National Human Rights Commission visited on Wednesday the police commissariat in Balbala municipality in the National Gendarmerie Detachment and PK12. This event falls within the framework of NHRC's mandate as defined by law, which especially provides the monitoring of detention conditions in places under the security and authority of the security forces. The aim of this visit is to assess respect for the fundamental rights of detainees in police custody while raising awareness among the authorities of the importance of ensuring conditions that meet international standards for the treatment of detainees. The NHRC delegation headed by Mr. Ali Subani Atiyeh received officials from the Police Commission in Balbala and the Gendarmerie Detachment in PK12. Discussions focus on police detention procedures, mechanisms in place to protect the rights of persons, particularly the most vulnerable groups. During the visit, the delegation was able to inspect places of detention, health facilities, and registration officers, and also for human dignity. As part of the ongoing reforms to modernize and enhance the effectiveness of public administration under the supervision of the Ministry of Labor in charge of digitization and social protection. The Executive Secretary in charge of administrative reform in collaboration with the Ministry of Decentralization and the Ministry of Interior organized an important training session on ways and means to improve the services provided by the government to citizens in the Ali Sibih area. The workshop aims to provide regional cadres with the necessary tools and skills to effectively respond to citizens' aspirations. This session was attended by a number of officials, including the governor of the region, Mr. Abdul Malik Mohammed Bunoita, the president of the regional council, the executive secretary in charge of administrative reform, the general director of the National Institute of Public Administration, and representative of Delegate Ministry in charge of decentralization. The course covered key topics related to the transformation of public services, such as the new general staff regulations, the code of ethics for state employees, the declaration citizen services, as well as the collaborative digital platform, an innovative tool developed by the executive secretariat in charge of administrative reform, which aims to simplify administrative procedures, improve internal management, and bring citizens closer based on the values of ethics, transparency, and responsibility. This course is fully in line with the authorities' commitment to provide a modern and fair administration in line with the principles of imperiality and professionalism. Last week, the Damarjog National Gendarmerie Brigade arrested 6 individuals suspected of stealing iron bars from the old railway line in Shibili district. Investigators were able to identify and arrest the suspects who had attacked state property in order to improve their income. During their detention, the suspects confessed to trying to sell the scrap metal on the local market. The gendarmerie were able to seize a large amount of stolen scrap metal. The vehicles that were used in this theft were seized at the squad's headquarters, and the suspects will be brought before the judiciary to be held accountable for their actions. It should be noted that the old railway tracks remain the property of the state, and anyone attempting to steal them is subject to severe criminal penalties. The Regional Swimming League of Tajarrah for having organized with great success its first regional swimming day, which took place on Friday in the Escal in White City. The event, which included miraculously prepared with the club leaders and supported the Tajura prefecture, attracted a large number of athletes. The organizers suggested over 150 mixed swimmers in various categories. The athletes, divided into hearts of lane, had to swim freestyle from the port of call to the pier some 25 meters away at the sea of and swimming at the natural premises of the Badaf's children. The strong mobilization bears witness to the catalytic effect of the return of the swimming championship of 2 long blank years. Shifting gears towards the international scene now, the Israeli army again targeted the center of Beirut, killing at least 5 people with a rocket attack from the Lebanese Hezbollah killed a woman in Israel. The Lebanese health ministry said at least 5 people were killed in the evening in an airstrike in the densely populated Zuqaq al-Balat neighborhood, housing displaced people. The affected area is about 400 meters from the Prime Minister's residence and where embassies are usually located. Hezbollah continues to fire rockets daily into Israel, and a woman was killed by a rocket in Shafamaro North. Firefighters said the Red Star of David, Israel's equivalent of the Red Cross, said 10 wounded were evacuated from the building hit by the rocket. Well, by this, our blood viewers, we finally conclude this edition. Thank you for being with us, and make sure to tune in later for more as usual. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you once again for joining us. Take care.